Today, I will be attempting to accurately rank every island that is showcased in My Singing Monsters through the use of a tier list. Please feel free to leave a comment below to let me know if you would be interested in a second video that includes every Dawn of Fire island along with some fan-made islands. With that being said, let's dive right into the video. As most of us are familiar with, the first island in the game is Plant Island, since it's the first island you encounter when launching the game. I feel like this island has some really good monsters like Bogart, Pumpkin Gas, Juju, and of course all of the worlds that sound great. As for the song itself, the intro is really decent. And the dipsters don't actually sound horrible. I know, what a surprise. When the wordos and the chorus kicks in, they sound really awesome. I can't really say anything negative about this island, so that's why this is definitely a solid A tier in my book. The second island in the game is called Island, which I actually really like. I started out not really liking it, but the more I listened, the more I started enjoying it. I thought I'd hot take for Cold Island, being that I believe that this island's rare Wubbox is the best in the game. Just have a listen, it sounds amazing. I really like this second part as well, where it changes from more of a happy vibe in the intro to more of a moody one, and the talker really makes it sound even better. Oh yeah, and one last thing, the mythical. The stromboning sounds so amazing. I just wish it played more in the song. As much as I want to put this island into S tier, not everything is perfect, so I'll put it just in front of Plant Island. Air Island. I have very mixed reviews about this island. Like some parts I hate and some parts I love. There's one part that sounds completely overpowered, and a bit later it sounds so amazing. That's what I'm talking about. Another thing is that I can't hear the yaw switch, like at all. Why is it so quiet? I think I should even the positive and the negatives out and pop it into B tier. Up next is Water Island, and I'm telling you, this island is so underrated. Like, I never hear anyone talking about it. This may actually not be a great time to be making this video, because very soon they're going to release a new mythical coming to this island. You know, the intro is really good, and the part where the wordos kick in and say that one thing I really like. And the epic Wubbox is so good. One thing though, this guy. I hate him, like, why is he here? His sound makes my ears hurt. Other than the scarps. I believe this is a really good island. I will chuck it into A tier. Up next we have Earthquake. This island is literally the boss monster of My Singing Monsters, and I love it. The beat drop hits so hard, it's incomprehensible. And with the recent addition of its mythical it just makes it even better. For some reason nobody likes it still, but I think he hyped up the beat drop so well. This island has literally nothing wrong with it. I think this has to be our first S tier of the video. Wow. Moving away from the natural islands and into the fire ones, where Fire Haven. This island has some super good monsters like Stog, Flugel, Barb, Repetillo, just to name a few. This build-up part sounds really epic, and the way it transitions into the beat drop sounds amazing. This island is definitely a solid A tier. The second fire island is a fire oasis. Now some of this island is hot trash, and some of it is super great sounding. Like for example, Gobbly It's horrible, like I hate it. Why is it here? Also there's one part at the end that sounds amazing, except for the stupid rum-dum-dum-dum though. This guy is literally so bad he became a meme sound on TikTok. Although there are a lot of garbage monsters on this island, there are a few saviors including Mammoth, Quibble and Woolly, but even then they don't really hit that hard. I really do think this island isn't great, so that's why I would chuck it into the bottom of B tier. Moving into the magical islands, first on the list is Light Island, and it sounds pretty calming and nice, but considering this is the entire song, it gets pretty boring and repetitive quick. No, like literally, this is the entirety of the song. Although this island isn't great, it is certainly overhated. With that said, I will chuck it into C tier. Next up is Psychic Island, and I really do like it. The praise score you hear in the beginning carries Psychic Island all the way through. There's something about how the mood transitions in certain parts of the song, which makes it really nice. The Quadrillion Gloptic sounds super good, but it's such a shame that at some parts you literally cannot hear it at all. Overall, this island is pretty decent, so it deserves to go into the top of B tier. With the recent addition of the dipsters and the seasonal fiddle, this island is sounding better than ever. The dipsters sound amazing, which is a welcome surprise, and of course the fiddle sounds good. The Quadrillion Platy as well as Ziggurat are great, and they carry the whole island song. One thing though, these guys, I don't know what it is about them that makes them so annoying and just bad in general, but I definitely don't like them. I think I'll chuck Fairy Island into the bottom of the A tier. The last of the magical islands is Bone Island, and what a way to end them off. From the intro with the Stog and Wither up until the end, it sounds extremely good. When the Dainches and the chorus kicks in, it sounds amazing, and I believe that the Dipsters, Fangler and Stog have the best tracks in the game on this island. Besides the Quaddle and Plinkadale being a little bit lackluster, this island has absolutely nothing wrong with it. Up to S tier it goes, just in front of Earth Island. The next set of islands are Teleporter Islands, where in order to place down monsters on that island, you will need to go onto other islands, breed them. You need to level them up to level 15, and then after all that, then teleport them over. Before we jump into these islands, make sure to like and subscribe if you've been enjoying this video so far. The first of the Teleporter Islands is the Sugarbush Island, and this is actually a collaborative island with the artist Christian Bush. This is the only collab in My Singing Monsters, so it's kind of a big deal, you know. Anyway, for the song itself, the intro is decent sounding, but then after that, it kinda just gets repetitive and boring. Although this island is very overhated, considering it's the only collab in My Singing Monsters, it kinda doesn't live up to the hype. Unfortunately, it seems like I need to put Sugarbush down into C tier. Oh god, where do I even start with this island? And yes, I mean that in the worst way possible. When this island was first released, it was absolutely horrible, like even worse than it currently is, believe it or not. To be fair though, the devs only had vocal monsters to work with to create a song out of, which, if you know anything about music, you can't make a song out of purely vocalists. Nowadays there are a lot more monsters, which should be better, right? Somehow they've managed to make this song completely trash and overall bad sounding. I'm sorry Seasonal Shanty, but actually no, I'm not even sorry. Get into this here. Next up is Ethereal Island, and I'm yet to find someone who dislikes it. The one thing people do dislike though is the Wubbox, and although I can see where they are coming from, I believe that the way it builds up into the second part of the song is awesome. The rare Wubbox on the other hand is the definition of perfect, as it synergizes extremely well with this part of the song, whilst leading into the second part. Therefore, Ethereal Island will be trumping the rest of the islands and going to the top of S tier. The same as Water Island, Mythical is also going to be updated shortly, with 2 monsters, including obviously the water one and its Dream Mythical. Who knows, maybe it's already out by the time you're watching this. Anyways, back to the island. Despite it being an incomplete island with 4 monsters yet to be added, it still sounds for the most part finished, besides from a few parts like the middle section feeling a little bit underwhelming. Although this may change with the addition of the water mythical, yet in other parts of the song it almost sounds complete, like the beginning with Stromboden and the end with Jiju. Evening it out, I will place this island into the bottom of A tier. The Magical Sanctum is truly an amazing way to end the series of Teleporter Islands. From the start till the end it sounds majestic, especially when the enchanting section kicks in and transitions into the didgeridoo guys section perfectly, which then builds up to the conclusion of the song. By the end you feel truly inspired to then run a marathon, which never wears off the amount of times you listen. It would be disrespectful. The next set of islands are kind of weird ones, being they are a mixture of ones where you have to zap, aka
sacrifice monsters against their will,
in order to wake up other monsters, as well as some completely unique islands altogether. Wobbling Island is the first of the Zap Islands, and it is amazing, I'm telling you. No matter the amount of times I listen to it, I'm always jamming out. Crazy. Anyways, the monsters are so unique and super cool looking, which boosts the island up. I just wish there were more monsters like Brum. You can see that he actually has monsters in his design that were needed to wake him up. As for the song itself, there is nothing wrong with it, and everything flows perfectly. There's nothing bad to say about this island. Therefore, Wobbling Island will be going into S tier. Next up is Celestial Island, which is also a Zap Island. This island is actually a spin-off of the Stormfire counterpart, Starhenge, which also contains the exact same celestial monsters except they're older. This is due to the law stating that Starhenge, the Dawn of Fire Island, exhausted the power supply, forcing the island to collapse onto an unknown colossal and My Singing Monsters, therefore creating Celestial Island. It's pretty cool seeing monsters in their baby forms for once, and it makes them unique. The song and monsters themselves sound super unique, and they all sound great. The song has perfect flow and no flaws, which gets it into S tier. Tribal Island offers a unique feature that allows players to collaborate with up to 30 others to create an island. This is made possible by allowing each player to contribute one of their monsters to the island. As for the song itself, it sounds pretty average, just not tribal. The best part of the song is when it builds up to Keena's singing part and then transitions smoothly into the chorus. After that, the cyborg and chorister part comes in, making the song sound great during the outro. Due to these factors, I will place this into B tier. Coliseum? Wait, what even is this island? Oh yeah, that's right. It's the only island in the game that doesn't have anything to do with songs. From my understanding, the devs have tried to incorporate a popular game mode amongst other games at the time into My Singing Monsters, which backfired majorly. Like, I've never heard anyone in my life say, check out my Coliseum, and I hope that stays the same forever. D tier. Composer Island is an intriguing concept that allows you to create an entire song using assets/monsters from MSM. However, the island is literally a promo for another app that gives you access to all the monsters, whilst in MSM you only get a select few monsters in that island, which is disappointing. Furthermore, the controls are apparently quite tedious, which takes away from the experience. Despite these downsides, Composer Island still has its positives. This is why I believe it belongs in B tier. Gold Island is an island which contains every natural island, meaning that every plant, cold, air, water and earth monster is on this island, apart from a few. Gold Island was meant to be the final island of MSM, or the Goodbye song, and it definitely encapsulates that, although it doesn't really hit hard enough. Even though it has a cool concept, in some parts of the song it becomes a bit overcrowded and you can't hear some monsters. Due to this, Gold Island will be going into B tier. The final island in MSM is Amber Island, which is also a Zap Island. This is the final island for a reason, as it is extremely endgame. This island requires relics, which you can only obtain 2 or 3 times a day. The monsters require from 20 to upwards of 50 relics each, and you don't even get the monster. Once you pay 50 odd relics, you need to go to almost every island in the game to zap certain monsters there. Oh yeah, you can only do this at certain times in the year. Song-wise, this island sounds pretty good, and has great flow throughout the entire song. Although it's a bit slow at the start, it does make up for it in the beat drop. Taking this into consideration, I'll chuck Amber Island into A tier. This concludes my tier list. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know with a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video and want to show support, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to never miss a video like this again. With that being said, I will see you in the next one.